I'm like in that phase where I'm mad, I'm pissed off, and I'm just tired of this shit. Like, I've been tired of this shit for a long time, but I'm in that headspace to where I don't want to argue. I don't want to discuss nothing. I don't want to work nothing out. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to be left alone, and I just want to accomplish my personal goals. That's all I care about besides my kids. You know what I mean? Like, I just care about getting shit done, but I don't want to make up. I don't want to talk. I don't want to work nothing out. I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight. I don't even want to hear his voice. Just not in the mood for none of it. You know what I mean? My sister called twice. I don't want to talk to her ass either. And to be quite honest, that's the mood that I'm in. If y'all hear the TV in the background, I apologize. My TV is on. But yeah, I don't want to deal with nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. My face look hecka fat. Yeah, I don't want to deal with nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to argue with nobody. I don't want to see nobody. Like, that's the headspace I'm in. I don't want to be bothered. You know, sometimes how y'all just get in that mode where you just don't want to be bothered. You don't want to deal with nobody's shit. You don't want to talk about it. You just want to be left alone, you know? That's how I'm feeling today. I went on apartment search today. I drove around looking for places. I called, I searched. I got a little bit of hope, a little bit of window of hope, and I'm hoping that this little window of hope comes through because I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of looking. I'm tired of calling. I'm tired of being in these fucking hotels. I'm tired of spending all my money on these hotels. I'm tired of spending all my money on Lyft, rental car. I'm just tired of this whole scene. Like, it's getting on my nerves. Like, I want to be stable. I want to be okay. I want to be good. And I want to move on to the next chapter in my life. Like, I'm so ready for it. And I need a miracle. I need a relief. I need a stress reliever. I need my kids back. You know what I mean? I need my life back. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want a life with a spouse. I don't want a life with a significant other. I just want a life of me and my kids. And I got to get to know myself again. I'm thinking about even picking up the sax again, going back to music. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know music was my first love. Do you guys know that? You guys know that music was my first love before I got married. It was my first love before I had any kids. It was my first love before I had a boyfriend. Music was my first love. So I'm going to go back to what I was doing before all the chaos, before my life became chaotic, before things got difficult, and before I got lost in the sauce, if you know what I mean. I'm going to go back to music. I'm finna pick up the sax again. I'm even finna take voice lessons to develop my voice. I'm finna go back to music. I think it's great therapy for me. I think it'll put me in a way better headspace, help me deal with my separation better, and my soon-to-be divorce. It'll help me to deal with that better, and it'll help me deal with my kids, and help them get them to adulthood and, you know, finish my journey with my kids. Now, on the next note, I'm going to share with y'all in a minute. I'll be right back. Y'all know something? My spouse, he really ruined me because I don't know if I can even trust the next person with my life. Like, when I go on a date, the first thing I'm going to think of is, nigga, is you going to pay? You know what I'm saying? You know, when we get to the next phase in the relationship, the first thing I'm going to think is, oh, you want to move in? Okay, no problem. But are you going to pay rent? You know what I'm saying? Or like, if the person do anything that makes me feel some type of way or offends me in any way or makes me feel uncomfortable, and it reminds me of my spouse, the first thing I'm gonna think to do is dump his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like anything that reminds me of him, or remotely reminds me of him, or just any little thing that this person does that makes me feel like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Hazard lights on, red flag. The first thing I'm gonna think to do is get rid of them. How can I ever trust anybody again? How can I ever feel comfortable with anybody again? All I'm gonna be thinking about is how to protect myself and how to prevent myself from being taken advantage of financially, how to prevent myself from being taken advantage of emotionally. How am I ever going to let my guard down when all I'm thinking about is what to prevent this person from doing that my spouse did? Yeah, so he ruined me. He ruined the fuck out of me, because I don't know who I'm going to ever let my guard down with again. Who I'm going to trust again, who I'm going to feel comfortable with again, or who I'm going to ever let get that close to me again. And I'm probably going to need therapy, because moving forward, I don't want to be violated no more like that again. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be invaded. I don't want nobody in my space. I don't want nobody taken from me, using me, sucking me dry, because that's all my spouse has ever done. And then before him, my baby daddy, all he ever did was use me for my body. You know what I'm saying? He led me to believe that he cared about me, but he got me pregnant and left. So as soon as he got what he wanted from me and then he got me pregnant, he was long gone. And then my spouse, all he ever did was leech off me. You know what I'm saying? This man leeched off me. He ran up my bills. He ruined my credit. He put me in debt. He spent all my money. Every time I tried to save, he spent it. He did not care about running up the light bill. He did not care about paying the light bill. He did not care about running up the water bill. He did not care about paying the water bill. When it was time to pay rent, he never had it. It was always an excuse. And he did pay here and there. He would pay 1 month, but then 3 months he wouldn't pay. Then he'll pay for 2 months, and then another 4 months he wouldn't pay. It would be like that. You know, he would literally pay rent maybe like 2 or 3 times a year, like literally. And four if that, and if not that, like 3. You know? And then he will always tell me things to take advantage of my emotions and get my feelings and emotions all high. He would take advantage of my kindness and take it for his weakness. He will always play off of my emotions because he knew that I loved him, and he knew that I was going to forgive him for the dumb shit he would continue to do. And every time I forgave him, he would do it again. And then I would forgive him, and then he would do it again. And then I would forgive him, and then he would do it again. And then we would have these discussions and talks about it, about how he could like be better the next time or how to not do it again. But then some time go by, he'll do it again. You know, he'll tell me that he loved me, he's sorry, but then he'll do it again. Like, or he'll rub my feet, make me feel all good, make me smile, get me to have sex with him. And then when he done having sex with me, he'll go right to the same dumb shit again. And he'll be real nice to me. He'll be real lovey-dovey with me. And then after sex, it's like he goes right back to being a jerk. He goes right back to not caring. He goes right back to being selfish. He will only be nice to me to get sex, or only be nice to me to, you know, get some affection from me. And then as soon as he get what he's looking for from me, he goes right back to the same dumb shit. And it would just be the same cycle over and over and over again. And he will always use his mother as a bullying tactic. He will always tell her all of our business. He will always use her to dangle her over my head to try to force me to do certain things that he wanted me to do. Every time we had an argument, he would always throw our youngest son up in our arguments and always threaten to take him from me. Or he'll always ask, and he'll try to wiggle his way around the conversations to try to manipulate me into thinking why it's better for him to keep our younger son. And then when I didn't agree, he would get a nasty attitude. He would hit me with guilt trips. He'll spend money on something that my money was used for. Always say he'll pay me back and never do it. Like the last recent thing he did, he got a storage in my name because his license expired and he couldn't get a storage because of the expired license. So he got a storage in my name. Do you know he left like hella shit in that storage? He did not even bother to think to get it out of there because it was going to mess up my name. The storage called me today and said that I have a balance due for the next month, and I had to explain to them I only used it for 1 month and I only needed it for the 1 month. I'm not paying for another month, and I don't need another month. So they erased that balance, thank God, but I gotta go in on Friday and get all that shit out of there that he left in there, because if I don't remove it, that's a balance that I gotta keep paying every month until all that stuff is removed up out of there, and that's another opportunity for my name to get ruined some more, you know, or some more debt to get piled into under my name. When I used the money he gave me to pay for the storage up front, it was an extra $38. He didn't pay me back for that. He claimed he was going to pay me back, but he never did. When I brought it up, he got all defensive. And then he had the nerve to text me in a group text with his mom and told me he don't have to put no money in my hand. So wait a minute. You don't have to be responsible for me, but I've been paying for you to live for 15 years. I've been taking care of you for 15 years. I've been giving you what you need for 15 years. You've been sucking me up like a human vacuum cleaner for 15 years, but you don't have to put no money in my hand. You married me and took those vows, and you had children with me, but you're not responsible for me. How does that make any sense? But I've been taking care of you for 15 years, but you don't have to be responsible for me. You don't have to care for me. Okay. I'm going to show you how much you don't have to care for me.